I have never seen anything like what families are going through now. I don't know how they're going to cope. I don't know how they're going to react when there's no food in the fridge. I don't know what they're going to do when their children doesn't have breakfast going to school.
We can very, very much say that the cost of living crisis has hit different parts of the country very, very unequally. Inflation has predominantly affected things which people with lower income spend more on, so that is things like energy and food.
The increased price of basic products have made life very difficult for the lower income bracket, or the lowest 20 to 40% of earners nationwide. This is Nick DeStackpool. He is a single dad of 3 and lives in housing provided by the borough of Chelsea and Kensington. He relies entirely on universal credit for his income, which is paid out monthly and provided by the government for individuals who are out of work or living on a low income.
I'm looking for part-time work. Because I take my 2 youngest into primary school, the earliest I could start if I have a job in that area is 9:30, and then I have to finish at 2:30 to collect them at 3:10. So that is the problem. In fact, I haven't come across any jobs yet that are just those tight hours. I don't have any family, so I have no one to help me. And the temporary work I'm applying for is mostly close to minimum wage, which is less than most of the childcare in this borough.
For around a fifth of parents in the UK, childcare costs account for more than half of their household income. The UK is now one of the most expensive countries for childcare in the OECD. So for those without a decent income, there is no chance to pay for childcare to be able to go and work.
So the universal credit, because I have 3 children, I get tops up, so it's just over £1,000 a month, which sounds quite a lot, but it soon goes, because I have the gas and electricity. The gas, particularly when it's cold, is costing a lot. Now what I do is I turn the gas on and off.
In December, with gas and electricity prices through the roof, over 7 million were going without basics like food and heat, and 4.7 million were behind on their bills.
Food is crazily expensive. For instance, the other day, we hadn't had ketchup for about a month. But the children said, come on, let's have ketchup again, it's nice with the chips. The cheapest ketchup I could get was £4.50. This is where Dad's house has really helped. I go to lunch there once a week, but also they have a food bank that makes all the difference. And Billy, he was a single dad himself. He set up this charity 15 years ago. He really helps me because he knows I've got 3 kids and I haven't got any other help. It's a food bank. It's not just for single dads, it's for anyone in the community.
Okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
So that's probably saving me £600 a month. So that enables me to stay solvent. But without that, well, our diet would suffer.
We've got roughly between 60 and 70,000 families registered. We've got between 40 and 50 families a day coming to Dad's house. The demand for the work that we do went through the roof, especially due to the cost of living. And it's absolutely heartbreaking when you see a mum or a dad who is absolutely struggling when it comes to not being able to cook for their children.
Almost 90% of independent food banks say they saw an increase in demand compared to last year. And over 80% reported supporting a significant number of people needing help for the first time.
We can't plan. It's impossible because we do not get the financial donations that we did get. And every day is really difficult to maintain that level. Sometimes we have had to go into our reserves to use that to buy food and to provide small grants. We struggle, and it's heartbreaking when we can't give to anyone. You know, so we'll go to the shops and we'll buy food, and we'll go to the bank and take money from the account so we can give that dad a little bit of cash that he can go and buy food. He can put £50 in the electric. When we can, I can't sleep at night.
1,254 for everything for a month. take off at least that 254 for travel. I've got direct debits, which is 200, so you're left with 200 a week, okay? So take off £50 a week for gas and electricity. So if you buy no clothes, no toiletry, no medical stuff, no emergencies, no luxuries, no birthday presents, you're left with £150 for food. And if you don't have access to a food bank, that has got to last. As I said before, if it wasn't for the help I received from Dad's house, it would be extremely difficult. And their diet would be affected. And Peter had said that
Universal credit increased around 10% in spring to help with inflation. Though this provided some relief, the food insecurity of the past year is why UK's leading charities such as the Trussell Trust are petitioning for an essentials guarantee, a way to avoid the increased poverty and help with basic needs that benefits couldn't cover for so many months. They say the cost of living crisis has exposed the erosion of UK's benefits system.
So I think what I'm hearing when I'm speaking to people is that there is support out there, but it could be utilised a lot better. When you talk to food banks, people are really, really worried. I have asked people repeatedly, like, when do you think it's going to get better? And there's just this bleak silence. There's this kind of question mark.
I'm incredibly grateful for and appreciative of what you do get help with in this country.
What kind of helps keep you going?
My children.